Hey everybody, it's Charlie Grace. Welcome to RV Travel Talk. We are officially in the holiday season here, guys. Very exciting. The disco ball, has their holiday hat on. We're getting ready for these things. I'm in a sweater. Oh my gosh, it's cold in northern Alabama. Oh my, it's hard to imagine these things, but I'm in a sweater. So let's talk about some stuff. What's going on with you guys? Let's talk about what's going on in the RV community. We're gonna have a lot of fun stuff talking about this tonight because I have a really cool idea for all of us to do coming up in the South in the winter. Just a thought. We'll get to that in just a second. Let's say hi to some people and let's let everybody know, hey, do me a favor, shout this out, give us a share. It's your first time here. We thank you so much for being here. Please subscribe, hit that bell to get notified. We have some really cool things coming up, including giveaways and some other fun things. So yeah, you want to be a part of the adventure crew. It's a lot of fun. Really cool. If you feel the need to donate, just to let you know, we like to pay it forward. One of the things we like to do, we've been using money for the month of November to go towards accessibility projects, specifically for those who are shut in, who can't travel in the Northwest Ohio area. And that's been a really nice project we've been doing. And I'm very pleased to say that we're going to have a nice big donation at the end of this month. So thank you so much for all your help. And the more the merrier. We just appreciate everybody paying it forward and giving back. Always a nice thing to do, right? All right, let's see who we have. Oh my gosh, it's official. It's America's newest full-timer. That's right. Johnny Lightning's in the house. Congratulations, Johnny, by the way. I'm really excited that you are, in the land of the full-time RVers. I hope you're having a great time. I hope you learn from some of this and get some really good tidbits as we go through and we talk to our guests. It's a really neat thing. Speaking of van lifers, though, hello, Gracie and Jacques. Hope you're having a really awesome day. They're getting their van put together. Really neat. I'm glad to see all the little things that Johnny's doing to your new van. It's really cool. She wants to know, where are you going to travel for the winter, Johnny? It's hard because I think you started in Florida. I think you should have stayed. Just saying, it's going to be a little cold up here. But I think you're on the pathway to something great. I'm very excited for your new adventure, and I can't wait to hear all about it. So congratulations once again. Johnny said, hey, Gracie, I like the doggy TV that Johnny installed for Johnny. Yes. When you travel with a pet, you just have to make sure they're a priority, and that's part of it. So really cool. My lovely co-host is down below me. If you hear this chomp, 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 she's got an elk antler that she's very excited about having. So sorry if you hear a little grumble, grumble in the background. That's what she's doing. My lovely dog, Rosie Bell dog. She's pretty awesome. There's my buddy, the Broken Nomad. Howdy, y'all. He is up above the Mason-Dixon line, freezing his you-know-what's off. So, keep one for the team, man. Keep it warm. Long johns. Just think warm thoughts. Warm thoughts. There's Deborah. Hey, how are you doing? Speaking of puppies, I'm hoping you're having a good night as well. And Georgianne. Well, let's get going, guys. We have a special guest tonight, sort of pre-recorded situation. However, here's the takeaway. Let's talk about this for a second. There is an amazing event coming up. It's called VanFest. And VanFest they have it all over the United States. They have one in the Northeast, the Southeast. They have one out in Utah. But there's one coming up in Florida. In January. Near Cocoa Beach. I'm just saying, I might be there. Really cool. And we're going to have this interview. And after the interview, I'm going to give you guys he gave me a lovely discount. So for those people who are interested in going or camping, spend the day, if you're a van curious and you want to check out some stuff, or if you want to come and camp, I'm going to be camping there for a few days. It is boondocking. Just got to let you know it's boondocking, but it's gorgeous. It's going to be a fantastic weekend. So I will give you a discount after we do the interview, but I've got to make sure I have this correctly. So hold on a second. This is going to be one of those things. I just uploaded this lovely video, and it's always fun if it processes correctly. So hold that thought and let me just double check this, because that's how these things work, right? Let's see. They're processing the video. Oh, we'll come back in just a minute. That's no worries. We'll wait on that one. I've got tons of other things to talk about. All right. So we'll just give that a few more seconds and we'll get to it. Let's see what else we have. Johnny's saying, Gracie and Jacques' Adventures, not sure yet. We're in Georgia until the middle of next month and then back to Michigan for Christmas. Other than that, we'll have plans for the Tampa show. Oh, I can't wait. The Tampa show is going to be a lot of fun. I love that. It's always a good time. I really got some ideas of things I want to do at the Tampa show. There's going to be a lot of RV content creator meetups there too. So some of us are raising money for different charities. So maybe $5 to get into a brewery or something like that. So keep your eyes open. There's stuff happening. Okay. The Broken Nomad said, I hit my head on the bell and now it hurts. Okay. I'm just got to remind you, it's not a piñata. Maybe I should just get you a stick. You might like that. There's Love Sub, and hey, 25 degrees Fahrenheit tomorrow in Georgia. We could have gotten that in Vermont. I know it's really cold. Like I said, sweater. I'm in a sweater. Doesn't happen very often. I literally went and bought 4 sweaters yesterday. So I'm getting ready. I'm getting ready. It's going to be a very cold winter. So we all have to just get ready. Hey, there's my schoolie friend. Hey, how are you doing? By the way, She Devil Ventures, I'm so happy you're here. And I really do love your bus. If you haven't seen her bus yet, it is gorgeous. I love the way she's painted this. It's like a little tone purple. I'm just telling you, it's pretty impressive. It makes me think I want a schoolie just for that alone, which is really, really cool. Deborah says, we leave the TV on for our dogs. So let's talk about that. Someone had mentioned that they would like to take me someplace on a excursion during the day. And when you have a dog, you have to occupy their mind and make sure they're okay, because some dogs have, of course, separation anxiety, and some, just can tear up things, or they just need to be occupied. So sometimes it's a good distraction to leave a TV on for the dog. And because there are YouTube channels called like Dog TV and separation anxiety, relaxation music, things like that, things you might want to check out. I know for Rosie, lately I've been putting on the fishing channel. She likes to watch fishing. I don't know why, but it's working. So if I have to go somewhere, I don't like to leave her longer than more, 3 hours. If I really, that's about the max I could do, because I always like to make sure I'm close enough and see what's going on. Let me redo my screen here. Hold on a second. Making sure I have all of this just in case. Let's see if it's processing still. Oh, still processing. No worries. We can just let it process. Fine by me. All right. Jai says, Gracie and Jacques' adventure. Yeah, I know it's wrong direction, but that's where the grandbabies are. Well, of course, you go where the grandbabies are. That's important. Geez, I would do the same thing. Why do you think I'm over here hanging out with my kiddos for the holidays? Because hibernation's sort of my gig when it comes to hanging out with kids. I hope that everyone, speaking of that, had a fantastic Thanksgiving. I would love to know in the comments if you guys want to write down what your favorite Thanksgiving food is, and if there's something amazing that happened on your Thanksgiving to share with the community. After all, every day's an adventure, and Thanksgiving is quite an adventure. So I don't know if you have a big family, small family, Friendsgiving, those kind of things. Those are fantastic. I think Friendsgivings are probably more meaningful in a lot of ways, because, you make your friends into your family. So that's really, really cool when you get to do that. All right. Where are we here? Let's see. I figured as much. There we go. Michigan for Christmas. Yikes. Oh, dude, you have no room to talk. Absolutely no room to talk. You're north up there too. So yeah, hold that back. Gracie and Jack. Deborah, I have been playing Christmas music for Jacques when I leave him all in Mariposa to run errands. Yes. Oh, just so you know, that is her class CRV. She calls it the Mariposa, like the butterfly, which I think is really cool. I love how people name their rigs. I think that's always fun, because it's nice to have I'm thinking the next rig I have has to have like a really interesting common name, like Amy or Susan, something like that. Because I just want to say, Susan and I are going to go get groceries, or Susan and I are going to go, cross country. It just sort of makes it sound fun. Something funny like that. You bought 4 sweaters. Was there wine involved? Funny you should mention that. There was a little beer prior to. I don't like to go shopping. I'm not a real shopper, really not. And I call it drunk shopping. If there's ever something involved ahead of time, I normally get one, but it might have been. Yeah, I'm not going to say, but yeah, gotta love this. Fa la la. Oh my gosh, there's my buddies. RV Life with Adrian Ruth. Hey guys, I am so grateful that they are safe and sound. They had a very, very scary situation on the highway, and someone ran into them, and their hitch made a big difference in not crunching their vehicle. But if you guys follow them, you follow their story, you can find out more about them. It's a great way to just go see what's going on. But thank goodness they're okay. And I'm glad you're doing fine. So I did call them today to check on, make sure there wasn't anything they needed, because you never know. We're a community. This is what we do. We bond together. We see what everybody needs, and if something needs to happen or we need something, I'll send you chicken noodle soup. Or who knows? Maybe there's people like really close to where you are that we can get them over to you and help with things. So that's what we do. Maybe find a squirrel channel for. No, that's a bad idea. Geez, for the dog and anxiety. That's yeah, bad idea. Try again. Honey loves birds on TV. Yeah, I could see that. The bird thing's pretty cool. I love this. Tommy, I know why I'm not getting notifications. I wasn't subscribed, but I used to be. What the? Yeah. Okay. So this is really interesting. I want to talk about this. If you are a YouTuber and a Facebook person and you are not clicking notifications, or you're not sort of what I call really watching the channel, I'm watching even my subscriptions dwindle away. So there's a lot of channels I watch. There's a lot of stuff out there, guys, and there's some stuff that's really worthwhile. So think of it like this. If you're watching 5, 10, 15, 20 channels, if you're not sort of keeping up a little bit, YouTube just sort of says, maybe you're not that close anymore. And they can essentially unsubscribe you from those channels. So make sure you guys do have notifications on. I do look at my analytics every once in a while just to make sure, people still have an idea what's up, and then and go from there. Because it's hard. It's really, really hard. All right, let me see where we are. We're still processing. We got it. I think we got it. This is going to be fun. I'm going to apologize in advance because I know that the the processing is a little on the shaky side. We had a bad connection when we did the interview, but I want to make sure you guys get this. And I'll come back to where we left off. So without further ado, I'm going to present, and let's see how I can do this. I'm going to go back to this. Here we go. And I'm going to present. Here we go. There we go. All right, guys, let's listen to Lance at VanFest USA. Hello. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. This is my guest, Lance from VanFest USA. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me. I was almost said thank you for joining, but yeah, that's just a force of habit.
You can tell who's been on podcasts and things like this. I love this. I've got to tell you, I'm really excited because I've learned a lot about VanFest, and I want to know, just give me sort of a story of how did this whole thing get started?
Yeah, absolutely. So I actually didn't start it. Fun story. A gentleman named Ashton started it, who lived locally to southern Utah, and he and his wife were looking into van life and said, "I wish there was something around here that would bring vans together." And they ended up throwing together, kind of ad hoc, VanFest. And as life has it, life takes fun different turns. They had a great event. I think they had about 80 rigs show up. They kind of set the stage as posing it as kind of like 80% festival and a little bit of expo, like a boutique expo. And his wife, I believe, got into med school, and he moved to Raleigh. And I think Raleigh, somewhere in one of the Carolinas. And I saw it on Instagram about a year ago or so saying, "Hey, does anyone want to take over VanFest?" I'm kind of, life took me in a different direction. So I said, yeah, I got time. I can do that. Not knowing how much time it would take.
Oh, yeah.
So my wife and I kind of took it over, and it's been going ever since. We just had our first event, VanFest's second event in southern Utah. Had about 140 rigs, give or take, show up. Had about 500 people come through to check them out. The weather threw a little bit of a curveball, but we made it work. Turns out Hurricane Utah is pretty windy. Who would have thought? But we're going on our second event in a couple months at the end of January in Eastern Florida.
Cocoa Beach. I'm going to be there. I'm
Cocoa Beach
excited.
Adjacent. It's inland from Cocoa Beach.
It's in the area of Cocoa Beach. Let's just say
it turns out no one has a giant stamp of property in Cocoa Beach that they wanted to rent out. And half of it's also the Space Force base. They said no. I did ask.
Well, you got to ask. All I can say is no, right? You never know.
It's the worst case scenario, yeah.
That's right. And vans back in the day, they were, there was a whole brand called Starcraft. So that would be in theme with what was going on. Just saying.
A little bit. Yeah, it's true. It's true. I like that. I like the way you think.
Just thinking, just putting some things together here. So you essentially, I don't want to say capitalized, but you sort of like expanded upon an original idea, which is now, I mean, you're going all over, and I really like this idea. So you were just talking about the different places. So let's talk about this for a second, because I know we got tickets for January 26th to 28th in Vieira, Florida. Ooh, it's a great little area. It really is nice. But you have, so you do Utah, Florida, you in the northeastern region, and then you do Utah.
Yep. Wow. Working on from New England, from Massachusetts, from Boston, not really, from 40 miles south of Boston. So really want to try to get something together up there, because it's a very, it's not, everyone knows the western part of the country, right? It's BLM land and picturesque landscapes, but New England's pretty cool. And yeah, spending the summers up there, I see dozens of vans
It's
They're all
awesome.
over.
I'll tell you what, right now, there is a huge contingency of van lifers who either before or after the Hershey RV show want to stay in the New England region.
Hmm.
So just saying, if you could like arrange it like the weekend before, the weekend
Hmm.
after, there'd be like a whole bunch of van lifers who
That's
want to come
nice.
like check it out. That'd be really cool.
Don't know exactly when that is. So
Okay. It's well,
September 11th through the 15th.
yeah, yeah, it's a big week. It's a
Brilliant.
lot of fun. And it's always a big thing, but it seems to me that was a draw. And then anything around that, anything that shoulders that, we're like,
Mm,
make some time. We can
nice,
go check that out. I love
nice.
this thing.
So I'm
Very
actually looking at a piece of private property. Probably it's sometime in December up in the New Hampshire main line, which will be just covered in snow. But that's okay.
That's okay. That's okay. We'll put the four-wheel drive on. We'll be fine. I love this. So
That's nice.
okay, so you've got okay, start with one and now we're thinking four.
We're
Um
thinking. I mean, this is this year and next year. So
this year, next
three
year.
next year, and then
Okay.
we'll kind of see where it goes from there. I'd like to do
So
5 in a year.
we could do five. No big deal. No big deal. Um, what are people, I'm sure people have gone like multiple years. What are some of the things that people look forward to at VanFest?
Yeah, I think kind of the community aspect, similar to other events. Like you have, like the Journal of Lost Time events and Schoolie Palooza and various levels of organization. Everything from an Adventure Van Expo, which is an expo that you can camp at, all the way down to just getting together in the desert. Don't tell the Bureau of Land Management that it's an event. But honestly, I think the community is catching up with people. We've made friends. We actually started our van life adventure, I suppose, when it really got some steam behind it from a similar event in Massachusetts. I think it was a United Tiny House event. Um, there were like 8 vans. It wasn't big, but it really gave us that tangible, like, hey, let's do this. And we've met people at other events. We've gone to several, and you end up running into them kind of randomly too sometimes. And you're like, oh, you're here. I didn't know that. Um, and I think just that sense of community, and that's what we're really trying to portray here is like this isn't just a couple of people who are cheating the housing market. It's actually like a community of people, and most of them are. I'm gonna angle this way a little bit. Most of them are pretty cool. Almost everyone I have met has been either at least pretty cool. I'll say that's like the minimum, right? But there are people that we love to see and catch up with, and it's amazing to just run into someone around across the country.
It's really cool. It is
Yeah.
really cool. I think the van life community as a whole has been pretty amazing. There are some of these really large scale events, but you're right. Like you can make those connections with individuals, and that's one of the reasons why I'm going is because it's not brand specific. It's not all DIYers. It's not this or
Mhm.
that. And it's just the concept of I call it tiny home travel. Um, and you get to meet some really cool people, and you get to learn. Honestly, you get to learn from people. I mean, I've been doing this for 2 years, but there have been people doing it a lot
Oh
longer than
yeah.
me who give me some great advice and learn a few tips and tricks.
Mhm.
Things. It's not as easy as I've got a van and here's a couple apps. Go for it.
There's a lot of tribal knowledge
Yeah.
involved, and it is like that's our kind of thing is like you just have to have the spirit. We had someone in a minivan in Utah. I've heard of people, I've met people living in small SUVs. They literally convert a Ford Escape, I think it was. What's the little one? I think it's an Escape. And they took down the wall panels and they put up insulation and they put a fan on the roof and a solar panel and it was a bed with drawers under it. And they're like, it's good enough. It's what we need.
That's amazing. That's so cool. I mean, you're right. We've seen a bunch of these things. There's been transition into different things. I love looking at the DIYers
Yeah,
because it takes a lot of effort and concentration, and you learn from your mistakes. I would say you learn greater from a failure than you do a
sure,
success. So
sure. Absolutely. And it's funny, my wife kills me. Or wants to kill me rather. Because I'm like, well, the next one will be this and this and because I that was my COVID project. I bought a transit. I
mhm.
said, you know what? Why not? We're stuck at home for months. Who knows? And I just went. I trained my high school with shopping skills, and I just went nuts. And the next one will probably be a box truck, if we're being honest. But
See, so you
you
start you
learn.
start you start thinking those things. I
Oh
mean, I
yeah,
right now I have like a little wish list of all
yeah.
the things that I've learned from different bed styles to
Hmm.
plumbing and water. Like, how much water do you really need? Like, I have a plumbing system. I really don't need the plumbing system I have. I need something very simple,
There you
very
go.
easy. So the more simpler it is, the easier it is to replicate and use and whatnot. So
Yep.
I'm looking forward to meeting people. Let's talk about, I want to
Hmm.
meet people. I want to learn some new things, which I'm sure I will. And it's always fun to see what people have. Sometimes there's a route. Sometimes people chase the 70s. Some people have,
Sure.
bucket list items that they're doing. I'm on a bucket list phase of my life right now. So I'm going to
Hmm.
different places. Like I want to go to Banff. than Calgary.
Same.
Yeah.
It's a pin that's on Google Maps. Every time I look at Google Maps, I'm like, one day I'll
I
go
want to
there.
go there. So,
Because
you
you
know,
always have a bunch of pins of like want to go and have been.
yeah.
That's what mine is.
Yeah. So there's so you never know. This could be a situation where I meet some people who are like that's on their bucket list too, and maybe we
Mhm.
plan, you know, a little caravan to go out there. And it is fun to go out with caravans
Yeah,
sometimes. You know, everybody does their own separate thing, but it's nice to drive with someone for safety reasons and stuff like that.
absolutely. There's a couple people I now follow because I met them at VanFest Utah, and they are traveling together now. I think 3 or 4 of them, and I think they're made their way to California at this point. But I just saw a post the other day. They're like, we just discovered that we all play volleyball. And they're like, great, we're a team. And now they're like, I think they're at like Huntington Beach or Pacific Beach or something, like
I love
challenging
that.
other teams, I guess. I don't know.
Love that.
I'm
Love
not a
that.
volleyball person.
I know and it's not just pickleball either. It's everything. Frisbee
Yeah.
golf, disc golf, whatever you want to call it. There's tons of things to do. So okay, so community's number one. So talk to me about this little like expo thing. What are we thinking?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I said, my wife and I, we were inspired. We found the OGs, the Eamon and Bex and Maria Jose and Chase, both of which have kind of stopped doing it. But we're like, oh, my wife was like, oh, yeah, look at this. And I'm like, ah, cool, cool, cool. And then I think it was late 2018 or 2019, randomly in our hometown, we kind of were like, oh, there's a thing at the fairgrounds. And I distinctly remember we were very house poor at the time. We had bought a house. It was way too much. We bit off way too much. And I'm like, $20. I don't know. But we said, screw it. We ended up doing it and we met a bunch of people. But more importantly, like we got inside of these rigs
Mhm.
and we were like, oh, this is extremely doable. You know, you don't really know. I mean, like I can look pictures of a house online or an apartment and say, oh, cool. But once you get in there, you don't really know what the dimensions are like or how livable it is. And that's one of the reasons that, you know, we had talked about starting up a van life event thing in some way, shape, or form before VanFest came along. And Ashton was like, hey, who wants to take it over? And to really showcase that to the nomads at heart is what I put it as. Um, and to say, look, like you don't have to do this, but know that it is a tangible idea. Like you have, I saw a thing on LinkedIn the other day. You have 4,000 weeks if you're lucky, which I think that only equates to like 78 years. I hope I have more like 5, but challenge yourself. Look at things through a different lens, through a different perspective. Maybe you don't have to do it, but just go check it out and see, you know, like living in a sticks and bricks, as some people say, is not a hard and fast requirement. And there are many different ways to do it.
Absolutely. And life is in chapters. I keep saying that.
Yep.
You may read the book, but every chapter has something different. And nothing says you
Yes.
have to do this, you know, for the rest of your life, or maybe you do it for a couple of years, or maybe there are a lot of people who are traveling to look for a piece of land that they want to stay
Yeah.
on. You know,
Absolutely.
there's like a goal of that perspective. So
And one chapter defines the next too. That's the thing is, you know, you have that you can plan it out to the umpteenth degree, but one thing walking, you know, happening to drive by a sign that says tiny home event, and you go, huh, what's that all about? Completely like we ended up selling a house because of this.
mhm,
We own a van. The bank owns a van. We own most of a van, and we have a 5 by 15 storage unit by an airport, and
yeah,
that's it.
that's
And
it.
like 10 years ago, 5 years ago, what are you talking about? That's not going to happen. That's ridiculous.
Well, it's nice because I think you know when you start defining yourself and not letting others define your
Mhm.
situation and you understand your own happiness and not making it based on something else, you can do a lot of amazing things.
Oh yeah.
So that's why finding these communities specifically, you know, like if you are currently
It changes your perspective on these things. I mean, I'm in Naples, Florida right now, which is affluent. And you know, these people are driving by and I'm slow. I'm 9,000 pounds and shaped like a brick, right? And Bentleys and Range Rovers and stuff. And I'm like, yeah, cool. But like, I'm just gonna park and go to sleep.
yeah,
And
yeah,
my living expenses are like nothing.
yeah.
So
Yeah, it's a very very different situation. I love it. I love it. I'm very excited about this. So okay, so VanFest. So the next one that is coming up in Florida for a lot of these snowbirds that are coming down that way.
mhm,
Do you
mhm.
have any advice for people who might be coming down earlier, or where they could stay, or the places that they should check out in the area before your event?
It's interesting. I think I have a unique lens on that because growing up in New England, have you been to New England? You spent time there?
Yeah.
There's not room for much. Everything that is prime real estate is either protected or there's a Dunkin' Donuts there, basically. And no, I kid you not. I used to live within reasonable walking distance of 5 Dunks. 5. So coming down to Florida, it's very similar. You go through the Carolinas and stuff, but Florida is very, very populated. Simply, and then we went to the west. We had never really been out to the west coast aside from like one flight to LA once. And seeing all the room out there, I'm like, there's so many places to park and this and that. If you're coming from the west through the east, it's kind of a shock of like, whoa, wait, what? Cracker Barrels are going to be your friend in Florida,
Mm-hmm.
definitely. Walmarts generally are as well, and that's the other thing too. Is you go up, especially in the PNW. We were up there for about 2.5 months this summer because everywhere else was 110 degrees, and a lot of the Walmarts there are no Cracker Barrels anymore. The Walmarts, no, can't park there. Can't park at the Bass Pro Shop. Can't park at the Cabela's. A lot of it has, because of overuse or various other reasons, been kind of ruined, and the East Coast is very accepting of it because it is not. It's still a viable resource. It hasn't been overrun. It hasn't been overused and or taken advantage of.
Mm-hmm.
There are many beautiful spots for the day. Overnight, you are probably looking at Walmarts and Cracker Barrels for the most part, unless you go away out in the Everglades or something, and then you might get eaten by gators or mosquitoes.
Things to think about. Yeah.
Also, speaking of gators, I actually was just on the phone earlier with the owners of Space Coast Daily Park, where VanFest is going to be, and they have a man-made lake on the property, and they go, "Oh yeah, we just found out there's a live gator in there, so keep that in mind." Like, what?
Fantastic.
They're like, "Oh, he's just 4 feet, he's fine." But yeah, don't get eaten by the gator.
Hold your children and watch your small dogs, people.
Yeah,
That's all we're
pretty
saying.
pretty much. But no, Florida's beautiful. The beaches are amazing. St. Pete is also. We just spent a few days in there. Over there, and it's kind of like a little mecca for vans as well.
Mm-hmm.
There's a couple parks everyone hangs out at. It's a little boardwalk. It's like a mini Pacific beach. It's kind of
Nice.
cool.
Yeah, very nice. Well, I'm excited. I mean, I'm
Yeah,
going to be down there for a little while. I've got some things going on, and I can't wait to check out some people and see some stores. And you're right. I mean, I think getting reservations for campgrounds and such in Florida during January and February, it's an advanced degree. It's a whole other kind of shuffle. Like, you've got to really have an idea. And thanks for the tips on Walmarts and Cracker Barrels, because that's important for people coming down, what they're going to do and where they're going to maybe stay for a couple days before you get there. Is there anything that people should bring to your event?
Absolutely. So similar to a lot of events, we don't have hookups. I think we have water available if we need it in a pinch, but empty your tanks, fill up your tanks, not the same ones. Make sure you stock up on food, some drinks. We will, unlike Utah, we will have a bar, so that's good. Florida is very loosey goosey with laws, where Utah tends to be a bit keep
different.
The first spring. Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah.
I've been joking, and I won't do this obviously, but I feel like I could go to Florida and be like, we're gonna catch a dolphin, and they'd be like, sure, yeah, do it.
Yeah,
why not?
Yeah.
Yeah,
we don't want to have Florida van life, man. We don't want to go there.
No. Bring your own chair. Obviously, everyone, if you're in a van, you probably have a camp chair of some sort, but bring a chair, bring a friend, by all means, help share the experience, right? In the community and camaraderie of it all.
So so you can get tickets to camp overnight, and then you can get tickets for just the day for all those van curious people who want to hang out, which is great. So, like you said, you went to your tiny home thing. People could come and just pay a daily admission and check it out and see what's going on.
Yeah, we're gonna have some workshops. We're gonna have some sponsors and vendors, local food trucks, a bar apparently, some live music going on, a lot of nomadic bands. It'll be a great weekend.
So for people who this is their first time going, do you have like mixers for them to meet other people, or like how are they going to become engaged in people that are there? What's the thought?
Yeah. So working on setting up a potluck.
Okay.
I got the idea from another event that I went to. It was just a great icebreaker, because when you're an adult, it's tough to kind of like just make just strike up a conversation that isn't like the stock market's crap, huh? So I mean, food is such a not divisory, the opposite of it. It brings people together, right? Food brings people together.
It does.
So we're gonna have a potluck. We're going to have a couple hours on Saturday and Sunday for the public to come, where vans are open for tours. And those people, first of all, advance thank you to everyone who has agreed to open up for tours. It's kind of one thing that we're all about, and we love you guys for that. And it doesn't mean you have to sit there all day waiting for someone to come look. Shut the doors and go check out other people's vans. You have this huge, this extremely varied but common denominator, right? And like I said, we've made friends that we met them in Florida, we've seen them in California, we saw them at VanFest. We're going to see them again later this week in Florida. You just make these connections because you have this common ground and this common experience.
Nice. Well, this is going to be great. I love this.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna leave you with the last comment because I've got so many other questions. I'm gonna write them all down when I get there and go, okay, Lance, what are we doing? Where's the schedule?
We'll have a live. I'll read through it. Yeah, absolutely.
Wait, one more thing before we go. So I go to a lot of meetups. I mean, a lot of meetups over the year. Do you have like a place? I call it a communication central hub. Some places use chalkboards. Some people use dry erase. Some people use WhatsApp. Some people use different apps. I don't know what the internet situation is there. So when things change throughout the day or things coming up, how are you going to communicate that to your guests?
Definitely. Good question. First off, internet should be great. Shouldn't need your Starlink. You should have 5G on pretty much every carrier. We're not in the middle of the desert or anything like that, so you should be good. There's also, on that note, a lot of resources in the area. If you forget something, you can literally walk to the grocery store 5-10 minutes. Just wanted to throw that out there. We update Instagram a lot during an event saying, we updated in Utah saying, hey, the wind picked up. We're going to move everything inside for the day, all the activities and music and things like that. We have a stage set up with speakers facing the event that we use as a PA system as well. And then, the schedule, the public facing schedule on the website, which isn't up quite yet for Florida, but it will be updated throughout the day as things change, as things get added, as things get removed. Some things fall through, who knows? It's you got to be dynamic, I suppose, and a little flexible because there are variables that you don't know. But
absolutely.
Yeah. And, that being said, speaking of schedule, if anyone attending wants to host something, if you have a special skill, like by all means, hit us up on Instagram, hit us up at hello@vanfestusa.com and say, hey, I do the thing. I want to talk about like making money on the road. We had someone, Chad from Bearded Van Life, or I live in a rig.com. He and I actually did a thing on just kind of working remotely and how to shape your life to get to that direction.
Very cool. And that's a huge thing. There's a lot of people work remotely and how can they navigate those waters? And I always say, I'm looking for that cell phone tower. It's like my Mecca.
You don't have Starlink?
We're not talking about that right now. It'll be on my list maybe for 2024.
I am a network engineer, by the way. So if you want to have questions, let me know.
We can talk about that another time because everyone goes to that, but I've been in extremely populated areas where my data plan's been fine. But if I'm out west, that's a whole other story. So I'm planning an out west trip, and that's when I'm going to have to look at it. So gotta love it. Anyways, well, cool. Well, listen, I'm excited. I know everyone else is excited. I can't wait to share this. And do me a favor, if you guys could do as you're watching and listening, go to vanfestusa.com, check it out, get a ticket, make plans, put some things on your calendar. If you're going to be, I know next year you'll do Utah. Are you doing Utah again next year as well?
Working on it. On it.
So all these really cool places. Check out the website. Make sure you guys put in your calendar. And then who knows? You might just see me and Lance hanging out.
There you go. I spent the whole last event zipping around on my one wheel back and forth.
Love it. It'll be so much fun. All right. Well, thanks, Lance. I appreciate your time. This is fantastic.
Thank you.
Sorry, I'm muted and I'm talking. Really, really cool. I'm really glad that at least I got to share this with you. I'm going to actually put that as its own video so we can share it out so people can know what's going on. I wanted you guys to hear it, so we can talk about what's going on and get that on your calendars. But it's been a really cool thing to learn about all these meetups coming up for 2024. And I know that I have a very big, calendar on my website that I've been dealing with and talking to people about so people can know what's coming up for 2024. I'll be updating that, of course, the next 2 weeks again. There's lots and lots and lots of stuff to add. So if you know of things or you have a meetup and you're hosting a meetup, let me know, and I'll make sure to put it on my website and get it linked out and go from there. A lot of meetups have Facebook groups. A lot of meetups I saw that Gracie put in for Oregon for next year, which is fantastic. Thank you for doing that, by the way. I appreciate that. People are meeting up in all areas all over the country. So for people who are looking for things, come over to my website. We'll put it down there. Now, here's the good news. if you want to go to VanFest, ready, and you want to get a discount, all you got to do is there's a discount code. And when you buy your ticket, just put in Charlie Grace. That's all you got to do. I made it simple. He's like, what should I put in for a discount? I'm like, well, they deserve a discount. I think it's 25%. It's pretty good. Most people just give me like a 10%, maybe a 15, but you guys get 25% because you're cool like that. Adventure Crew guys get that. So Charlie Grace, if you just put Charlie Grace at the end when you get your tickets for a discount code, there you go. Who knew? How cool is that? I love being able to pay it forward like that. So yeah, check it out, see what's going on. Okay, Johnny wants to know a few questions. Charlie, is your Gmail account still good? It is. However, I'm going to say this. It has become spammed so hard. That's really hard to get through things. So if it is a business or if you really need to reach me, I'm asking people to reach me at contact@charliegraceadventures.com. That's the best way to reach me these days. So the word contact at contact@charliegraceadventures.com is the best way to get in touch with me these days. But thanks for asking, and I appreciate that, because that's one of the big updates we're doing for 2024 is making sure all of that is taken care of, because I know there's some people who've been trying to get in touch with me, and honest to God, it's around 10,000 emails a day of spam. And normally what I do on my New Year's Eve is I go through and I unsubscribe or whatever, get rid of a bunch of that stuff. I don't even think I'm going to go there. We're just transitioning to a new email because I just can't get rid of all the stuff that's coming there. And if you're like me, I don't like a bunch of emails. I'm very specific, very concise. That's why I don't spam a lot of people with emails from me too. So, just trying to think about you guys too. It costs money for data, especially people out there. Oh yeah. Thank you so much. Contact Charlie Grace Adventures. There you go. Thank you so much. I love when I've got someone in the background. You guys are doing fantastic. Thanks for being patient. We had that little technical difficulty. I will put that link out to that interview and we'll put it up. Right now it's unlisted, but we'll get that up there and go from there. So it's really cool. I want to go back really quick as we're looking. I know we had a pants discussion. I'm glad everyone's wearing pants. Thank you for bringing that up. Geez, you guys are hilarious. I saw Jerry Boy was coming in from Scotland. Oh my gosh, it's always fun to have my Scottish friends in the house. And yeah, just let me know what you guys, if you're interested in doing any meetups this year, or if you're interested in getting together in my travels. I will be January and February pretty much in Florida. So I'm primarily going to be doing the East Coast. I'm going to be doing Tampa, then going across. Then I'll do Daytona, Cocoa Beach, all the way down. And then I found a really interesting campground that I like that I'm really excited about trying. It's over by Lake Okeechobee. I'll tell you more about that one later too. And then I'll be heading back up. So Tampa, that's VanFest, and then it's Peace Loving Vans, which is pretty cool too. So that's another thing, but it's a little north of Tampa, more towards Ocala, and that'll be actually in February. So it's like every other weekend there's something really cool going on. I've just got to make sure I can hit them all while I'm down there. So really cool, really excited about that. Now the question was, do I need a van to go to VanFest? And the easy answer is no, you don't need a van. There are people that show up in RVs. So like how Schoolie Fest. It's nice if you have a schoolie, but not everybody has a schoolie. So some people have minivans or, camp out different things. I know they don't want tent camping. I'm pretty sure that was my understanding. It has to be a vehicle, self-contained, things like that. So if you're interested, go on the website, make a comment, go from there, and tell them you saw the interview on Charlie Grace Adventures, and they'll know that. Okay, John says, who says I'm wearing pants? Oh, we're back to the pants. You guys are killing me. Is it No Pants Monday? Is that what we're talking about? The things we got to do around here. You guys are killing me. Here we go. Charlie Grace, do you post events on your website that you attend? Yes, I do. Absolutely, I do. And some of the events that I'm going to attend, I'll be stating it on my website that I will be in attendance there. Some of them are for reference for other people. I can't get across country that quick, but they're really cool, and I want people to know about them. So we're going to put them out there anyways. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do this year. It was pretty busy, as well as I put every single RV show for the year, which is interesting, I think, because it does one of two things. If you're looking, it's a great way to go out and see a lot of different things in one place. That's one. Two, actually three. Two, they give really good deals on RV shows if you're looking to buy. There's normally an incentive, and it makes a lot of sense. But three, sometimes if you already own an RV, going to an RV show can sort of solidify your happiness and your decision. It really can. Let's say you bought one a year or two ago and you're like, I just want to go see what's new. I want to see what's going on. And all of a sudden you get there and you're like, you know what? I think we got the best one. or maybe they discontinued that floor model. Maybe they did something a little different with the way they laid it out, and you can feel really good about your purchase. So RV shows are really fun. I like them. I learn a lot. I get to talk to people. Of course, I've got a few salespeople out there that I really like. And the reason why I like them, this is important, guys. Becky Millark, I always put Becky's Cash. I always put her link on the description of my videos, who works at RV General RV. I always get that mixed up. It's the general place. She does internet sales. So she sells all over the country, which is great. So if you live in Utah, or if you live in New Jersey, if you're in Tennessee, she can sell anywhere you go, and she'll make sure everything gets picked up and delivered, or you can go pick it up, however you want to do it. She is good. She is honest, and she knows her stuff. And I can appreciate that in a salesperson. And I've met with her numerous times, and she's genuinely a good person too. So her goal is to get you the right RV that's going to be your RV for life, or at least your RV, for 3 to 5 years, whatever you're thinking about, however long you want to hold on to it and transition to something else. But she really does want to find you the right thing. So she's not looking for the quick sale. She'd rather make sure you get the right thing than just be stuck with something in between. So that's why I like her. I think she does a great job. So just giving Becky a little shout out. Woohoo! She's good. She's really good. I always say I wish I would have bought my first one from her. I probably would not have been on my third one. That's the truth. I think most of us go back and we just sort of don't take the time or really know the questions to ask when we're looking at these things. And that's why I really appreciate good salespeople know exactly what they're doing, and they want to make you happy. Okay. So, oh my gosh, this goes really fast. Is there any questions that anyone had about VanFest? If you can think of them, put them in the comments below. Put them in the interactive chat if you want. And I will be happy to ask Lance and get back with us next time, and let you guys know what he came up with. I think it's a fantastic idea. To give you guys a heads up, I did have someone else scheduled for an interview tonight. Unfortunately, they had to email me at the last minute, and I have to reschedule. These things happen. But you know what? We've always got things to talk about. Never a dull Monday with the adventure crew. That's what I'm saying. I think Rosie's so tired though. Sorry guys. I think we tuckered her out. Next week we are going to have a really cool show. I'm really excited about this one. I have Kathy from Solo Women RV coming, and that's going to be really neat. She's really, really experienced a lot of stuff. She's got some great ideas. I've been watching her things. She's a really good RV channel. And then in December, we're also going to have Stairs Up Handle In, and we're going to have Wanderfield Life. Who knows? We're going to have really cool channels and really cool things. Probably you guys may or may not have met before. Always cool to make new friends and look at new stuff. So there's a lot of things happening this year. If you're going to be in Tampa, let me know so I can give you guys a heads up for all the different meetups and things we're going to be doing. I know Monday will be a content creator meetup for all the RV content creators, and some of those invites have already gone out. But if you are an RV content creator and you don't know anything about it, send me an email. I'll send you some information and we'll go from there, which is cool. Gracie said, I would like to know when they're going to be in Utah. Yeah, they're going to put it on the website. They'll do it that way. They've been talking about things. I actually asked them about Utah because there's so many van events out west. There really are. And I didn't know if they're going to continue to do it or if they're going to do something else. So yeah, we'll have to see what they're going to do. I'm excited about the one in Maine. That would be cool too. I would really like that. That'd be nice. So Deborah's not planned yet, Gracie. You'll have to check their site later. Okay. See what's going on. Oh no. We missed our live yesterday. Yes, I know. And honestly, I was looking forward to it too. I was like, already. It's coming December. It's time for Vlogmas. It's time for there's Christmas, there's Vlogmas. I know you guys are doing a Vlogmas. So during the month of December, we'll do some Decembering or remembering of this past year and all the cool things that we've done and places we've been and people we've met and cool giveaways we've done. And we're going to be doing giveaways, which I love doing giveaways in December. So make sure you guys tune into live streams, because there are going to be some cool things you don't want to miss out on that we're just, hey, give it away. It's always fun to give away stuff. I love that. Okay. Is there anything in the chat that you guys really want to bring up tonight? Because as we enter into December, I know one of the things that I'm concerned about is driving in the evenings. And I want to talk about this. Give me a 1 in the chat if you guys do not like the sun going down so quickly right now, because I know where I am, the sun goes down at 4:36 right now. I think that's what it was. And I'm not a fan I'm like, where's it used to be beautiful daylight at 8 o'clock at night, and now it's just so dark. Some people have really bad seasonal depression because of that, and that can be a real thing. Some of us like me have trouble driving at night, so it really limits when and where I can go. If I just maybe can only drive in the afternoon, I get 3 hours, and that's it. There's my friends, Roy and Becky. Howdy, buddy. How are you guys? Hope you're having a good time. Hope it's warm where you are. I know it's a little chilly out there, and things have been going out there. Oh, broken ends. I don't drive at night any longer. Nope. I even have a note from my mom that says I don't have to. Yeah, I'm not doing it. My depth perception is not the greatest at night, and I want to make sure it's a little scary. Yeah. Hit that like button. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate that. Here we go. Johnny Lightly says, just don't go to Alaska. No sun all day. Yeah. Or sometimes it's just the opposite. It's all sun all day. I would have a hard time with that. I think that would be rough on me. Yeah. Yeah. And she's like, tell us how you really feel. With all the ones, one. Yeah, we don't like it this dark in the day. I don't like it. I know. Or we drove up the mountain in dark day. Ooh, yeah, that's a little scary. Some of those mountain turns are just not my friend, not my friend at all. I did have the opportunity of meeting, speaking of mountains, a lovely couple from I'm going to say it, Hiawassee, Georgia. I say Hiawassee. I know it's not right, but they have a van and a trailer and a dog, and just want to say hi to them because they're really cool, really nice people. And I met them at a campground in Alabama. And they have a really cool story in the fact that I think they have a Dodge Ram ProMaster, 145,000 miles they put on this thing, going all over, lots of really cool travels. It's a self-made DIY. It looks fantastic. And they just decided to get a trailer, which is fun too. So they wanted to have like a camp base and have a little bigger area. You know, they end up getting I think it was a golden retriever dog, super sweet, named Miss Molly. You know me, I'll forget everyone else's names but the dogs. But the dog was so sweet. And so for those people who are thinking van and trailer together, if you know, is Carolyn RV. Oh gosh, it's escaping me. I feel so bad. I keep going by first names, not channel names. RV Rebel. There you go. RV Rebel girl. Gal. She's fantastic, and she has a van and a trailer too. And I've thought about that down the road, doing something a little different. If you want to have a base, I just travel differently. I just want to keep traveling. I never go back. Like I keep going, stop, keep going, stop. It's a different way of doing it. So here we go. I'd much rather be relaxing with a nice cup of coffee at night or snuggling next to a campfire. Yeah, that's pretty cool. I agree with that. I don't drive on the highway at night. I will around town, but here I am familiar in the area. It makes a difference if you know where you're going. It really does. It really does. Hey, Vanners, what one thing is a must-have besides the obvious necessities? Oh, okay. I want to know what you guys think. I know mine. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. Okay, Creativity RV. Did they sneak in here and I just missed that? I saw Naj came in. Hey, Naj. Thanks so much for being here. RV Rebel Girl. See, thank you. It was on the tip of my tongue. Thanks, guys. Yeah, I met Carolyn. I met her in Michigan. She was really sweet. We went through a lot of stuff. She told me some great stories, and she gave me some ideas, you know, of things you could do and things you shouldn't do. And she's had a really rough time because she had a blowout not too long ago, and it ripped apart part of her trailer. Yeah. No, I'm not going to say goldfish, but I do like me some goldfish. Coffee is an obvious necessity. Oh, well, you know, I like this. Gracie makes amazing coffee. I'm just going to say that right now. I've had her coffee and I loved it. So next time we get together, we got to, whatever you made for me last time, it was delicious. That was really good. I love that. Just got to be careful because coffee and me, whew, fun. I would say one must have besides obvious necessities. I think this is a toughie because I'm an energy girl. It seems like I can never have enough energy. So, and I like to have backups for backups for backups. For me, I would say right now, it would be my internet. And the reason why, I have two different ways of looking at it. One, I have one that's a plug-in. I have one that's a just take away and go with you anywhere that I could charge. Internet's important for me because of the dog. So if I go somewhere, if I go to the grocery store, whatever it is, it's a safety security for me, as well as a dog babysitter, if you want to call it that, because that is a camera that attaches to my internet. I can see her. I know what the temperature is inside. And if someone decides to like get a little sticky or touch my van or something like that, I also have it records what's going on. So I know if there's someone messing around with my van. So for me, I would say internet and my Amazon Blink. I have an Amazon Blink system. That's probably one of my favorite things I've got going on with my van. And I've Velcroed it to the walls. When I'm driving, I don't need it. I'll stick it in a little bag and put it away. But when I stop and get groceries, when I stop and go do something, whatever it is, it's on. I just Velcro that thing to the wall on the interior. And I've got lights. I've got cameras on the exterior too. It's really, really, really handy. Okay, let's see. Yeah, I know. I drank coffee. Yeah, you have to ask Gracie about that. She was really good. It was very good. Yeah, that seemed like so long ago. I know, but it was. I know it happens. It's crazy. Coffee. Wait. Coffee moonshine. What? I don't know. I could be tempted on that one. I like that. Yes, we chatted in Mariposa over coffee, but next time she'll be a fan of it. Yeah, I know. I'll be excited. I know. Oh yes. Is the Blink so you can see Rosebud? Yeah, it is. It's a little bit of both. It really, like I say, it's a dog watcher security situation, and I've really been happy with it. And here we go. We're going to talk about this. My T-Mobile home internet has been the great for us, and that's what I bought too. It's $50 a month. I'm loving it so far. I haven't had any problems. None. I'm on my second month. Not going to say it's perfect, but I haven't had any problems with it yet. So I'm waiting to go to a dead zone someplace. Someone told me that Thousand Trails Orlando is like a T-Mobile dead zone. I don't know that. I haven't been there. I can't talk about it, but I wanted to go try it out. When I'm down there, I might just go visit a friend staying down there and just say, hey, and see if I can get my T-Mobile to work. Because, yeah, T-Mobile is very affordable. I made a huge change in my family's cell phone plan for T-Mobile. It's going to save me at least $85 a month, at least, if not more. And it works. So I think internet cell phones, that's a huge racket, but you got to figure out what works for you and, go from there. When you're on the road, it is tough because there are states like Kentucky. Do you hear me? Kentucky, that for some reason they sold all these pockets to different cell phone carriers, and it is hard. You will always be roaming in areas of Kentucky. If there's other states like that, let me know. But all of a sudden you're on a great drive and life is fine, and then boop, you've lost the signal. It's a pain. Airstreamer, we're on our second T-Mobile dead zone. See, it happens. And I've been Verizon, I've been AT&T. I've had more trouble with my Verizon lately. That's what it shocked me. I know T-Mobile has more 5G plus. They really do have a better map right now. Not that these others won't keep up, but as of right now, they got the map. I use Starlink for internet, but the Blink would be a good thing so I can keep an eye on Jacques when I'm not in the van for a while, and yeah, exactly right. It's really handy. I highly, highly suggest it. It's something that I got two cameras, one for the front and one for the back inside. So I have like one on the passenger side and then one coming back for the back. So I can see if she moves around doing something. She's not really happy when people come knocking on the windows. And that also alerts me as to something going on, which is nice. Ohio was the only place it didn't work. Oh, really? That's interesting. Well, like when we went to Venture Bandits Clamp Out, that'd be good to know. Some of those places are so remote, I don't think anything works. Let's be honest. There are some of these parks are real nowhere. You've got T-Mobile too. Nice. Starlink is my primary, but I have AT&T and Verizon. But maybe I'll look into that T-Mobile thing if Verizon doesn't work out. I'm telling you just got to have options. You really do. Now, I know my buddy Lance got a Connect 10 or Connect 10, I guess it's called. And he says there's a YouTuber that's been out there talking about it, and he's had great success. It's about $120 US a month. And I think it has used multiple carriers, and I don't know if it's unlimited. I'm not sure about how that works, but he's been traveling from Canada, and he went through Washington, D.C. And I think now he's on his way to Florida kind of thing for his annual trip through the United States. So yeah, that's working. Deborah says, that's strange. My Ohio fam is on T-Mobile. Okay. Good to know. Good to know. I will be going to Ohio, hopefully Michigan this year as well, but we'll see how that works out. I've got some friends I got to go up there and meet and see what's going on. Always fun. I love going to go see friends. It's always a good time. Let me see. Is there anything else I need to tell you? I have so many things going on. Where do I even begin? Let me go back to, let me see. I think let's start with, oh, I know. I have an idea before I forget about this, because you're going to see this really, really soon. I think it's time for this. Hold on. Do you know what holidays are around the corner? I know what holidays are around the corner. Can you tell by the lovely little hat on my disco ball? It is time for me to start working on the Holly Jolly Van. And for those of you who don't know what the Holly Jolly Van is, it is when I get to decorate my van. Very holly and very jolly for the holidays. This involves tinsel, ornaments, bows, Christmas tree, lights, you name it. I sort of go all out. Think about like the mobile van life sleigh. You know, if Santa had a redhead cousin with a van, that would be me. That would be me. So I am so excited. I've got this already, and I'm trying to get presents for children and adults. I'm going to be helping out families in need. I love to go and hand things out or surprise people who may not know things are coming their way. So I'm going to be making deliveries in the Holly Jolly Van this year, and hopefully we'll get all that done. I'm probably going to be doing it the second, third week of December. But I put a video out of how I've decorated it and got it exciting. It looks very jolly-ish. And, when I go, little kids are all excited to jump in. And Rosie really loves kids. She loves kids. So it becomes a really fun thing. And she gets to, be a part of it. She does look like the dog from the Grinch, though. So it's like the one horn. Or it's pretty funny. Bless her heart. Oh, my goodness. No, it's not Hanukkah. I mean, yes, that's coming up. And New Year's is coming up, too. I know. I heard you. Yes. My van does have Holly Jolly. Those two. Gotta love it. Christmas. Yeah. I know. Those ones. It's pretty funny. The tinsel. It's off the chain. Off the charts. Lots of shiny things. Lots of bells with little things going on. I love decorating. And I mean, is it realistic to do this every year? Is it sort of like throwaway money? It is. Do I get a joy out of it? Do I enjoy it? Absolutely. It's just fun. And it's pretty inexpensive when it all boils down to it. Maybe the things I get, I end up donating. Like I have tablecloths I use for other things or whatever, and they'll end up donating it, recycling it, using it for something else. So I like to pay it forward, but it's a lot of fun. So it only lasts for a month. So I've got to get ready because Friday is the first day of December. So, we got to get it all put together. And I have a special someone in my life who has a birthday on Saturday, who's my son Lucas, who'll be turning 21. So I want to get the van decorated so then we can also do his first day of December in the Holly Jolly Van, which is cool. Yeah, the Grinch is my fave. I do too. I love that. The songs. Oh, the songs. I love it. It's really cool. Well, this year has just flown by. I know. I was thinking the same thing. So where is it gone? I don't know. But we got to start making plans. And I will say this. This is going to be my last bit of advice for everybody on the show. And I appreciate everybody being here, by the way. Thank you so much. Thanks for hitting that thumbs up. Thanks for being here. Thanks for sharing your Monday with me because I do appreciate it. I really do. I miss everybody. Hope everyone's having a fantastic Monday and even having a better week. But I would like for everyone to start to make plans. I think that we need to make plans for 2024. Take a look at places you want to go, things you want to do, things you want to learn about, and just start making those lists. Start getting some ideas of things you want to do, because I think at the end of the day, if we don't make plans, sometimes they never happen. And as we just said, this year has gone by so fast. So I'm making plans. I'm going to be meeting some friends, which I want to go meet. I'm going to be learning some new things. I've got some things on my list I want to learn, and that's important. I'm a lifelong learner, and I do not know everything, and I'm more than happy to learn some really cool things. So I'm going to learn some computer programs. I'm even going to be learning some really new video techniques. Doing some photography workshops this year, maybe. I don't know. Really cool stuff. So I'm very excited about that. Jai's like, yeah, they go faster as you get older. You forget. And Broken Woman's like, this year has been awesome. I'm so excited that you're getting your van working on, big guy. That's really cool. And you're going to have Vlogmas. That's right. Adrian and Ruth will have their Vlogmas. So you guys have to tune in. They have a great Vlogmas. I love this. Everyone have a fantastic week. That's right, Johnny. Enjoy your first time as a nomad. I'm very excited for you on the road. We want to see pictures. Send pictures. I want to know all the good stuff. I just want to go anywhere in 2024. Well, good. Have you thought about Waldo, Ohio? If you don't know where that place is, they have the world's best fried bologna sandwich. Just saying. If you want to go anywhere, I have anywhere places and anywhere ideas. KZ, Illinois, the world's largest rocking chair, or the world's largest wind chimes. There's an anywhere kind of place where you go, the world's largest mailbox. Love that place. I would go back. It was one of those like, in a heartbeat. Love this. Charlie, we need to go see. Yes, we need to go see Deb and Barry. We really do. I love them. That's the virtual campground. If you guys aren't familiar with the virtual campground, you guys need to check them out. They're a fantastic channel, good people too. All right, everybody, have a good evening. Apparently, she likes fried bologna. See, I told you. I know where anywhere places are. You will love this. Who knew? All right, everybody have a fantastic week. Hope to see you in here next Monday. We'll talk about women who RV. Very excited about that. Huge insights that I think will be very helpful for a lot of people. And everybody just have a great week. Sound good? Okay. Bye.